Hi, Steve Lackmeyer here with another edition of OKC Central. Today, we're here with Mayor Mick Cornett. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for asking.
You know, last year or so, we had a big announcement about the U.S. Conference of Mayors coming to town. It's really starting to come close. First of all, how did we get this?
Well, not easily. The Conference of Mayors typically goes to large cities and is typically on the east and west coast. And through my years on the advisory board and then as a trustee, I continued to push for Oklahoma City to be considered. And finally, you know, there were some others in the room that said, you know what, we don't have to go to Los Angeles or Miami or Chicago or Las Vegas. And let's try to move this around. And where haven't we not been? And so I pointed out we've not been to Oklahoma City. And this is the 78th Conference of Mayors. 78 years, mayors have been getting together, and they'd never been in the state of Oklahoma. And so from that point on, it seemed like an easier sell because the conference does want to be inclusive and move around to different parts of the country.
How much resistance was there, though, to coming to a place like Oklahoma City?
I wouldn't call it resistance. I would just say that there were other good opportunities. I mean, there were a number of cities bidding for it, if you will, and so we had to beat out some other good cities to get the chance.
This is clearly a big deal, but explain a little bit about who we can expect to come and what this can do for Oklahoma City.
Well, these are people that are opinion leaders. I mean, in general. I mean, mayors and people that come to these conferences are opinion leaders in their own neighborhoods, their own business association, their own groups. You'll see mayors from the largest cities in the country. Mayor Daley from Chicago is pretty much a staple. Mayor Villaraigosa from Los Angeles will definitely be here. And then you'll see mayors from cities you've never heard of. And some of them might be suburban metropolitan areas in large cities, and some of them might be very rural areas. But generally, if you have a population of 35,000 or more, you're eligible to be a member of the Conference of Mayors. And you'll see a nice mix of small cities, suburban cities, and large urban cities like ours, all coming together to talk about like issues.
I imagine there's also quite a bit of opportunity to tell Oklahoma City's story. What do you see that story being this spring?
Well, we're not such a big secret to the other mayors by now. When you have the lowest unemployment in the United States, 8 months out of 12, I think now, people start to catch on that something's going on here. I'm going to say that the vast majority of other mayors and people that are coming have never been to Oklahoma City when they come here. This is a collection largely of East and West Coast inhabitants that have nothing bad to say about Oklahoma City, but are just really unaware of what it's about. And as they are much of Middle America. And so I think there's a lot of intrigue and interest. I think they understand that we just recently convinced the NBA to relocate a team from Seattle to Oklahoma City. That speaks pretty loudly. I mean, that's not a brochure that your chamber is putting out. That's a fact. For any business to relocate from Seattle to Oklahoma City is kind of an eye-opening event. And so I think people are poised and ready to come see, but they probably don't have a whole lot of expectations coming in.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. For
more downtown-related development news, visit my blog, okccentral.com. For all your latest news, weather, business, and sports, go to News OK. And for restaurant listings, festivities, women.